Are you scared of spiders or are you afraid of spiders? In this situation, scared and afraid mean the same thing. However, there are also situations in which they do not mean the same thing. I'm Teacher Mike. I help adults like you learn real English that they can use in their daily lives. Today we are talking about how to use the words scared and afraid. Both of these words are adjectives, and they usually mean that someone or something is experiencing fear, the feeling that something bad, dangerous, or painful is going to happen. So, I'm scared of spiders and I'm afraid of spiders both mean that spiders cause me to experience fear. Some other things that many people are afraid of are snakes, ghosts, the dark, flying, dying, and going to the dentist. So again, when we talk about our feelings towards those things, scared and afraid mean the same thing. And because scared and afraid are both adjectives, we usually use them with verb to be. For example, I am scared. She is not scared. Or, we were afraid. And you've probably noticed by now that when we mention the thing that causes us to experience fear, we use the word of. For example, she is afraid of rats. But we can also use scared or afraid to do something. This means that you do not want to do something because you think that something bad will happen. For example, he's afraid to ask her out on a date. Or she's scared to tell her mother the truth. Now let's talk about how these words are different. But first, if you are finding this video useful, please don't forget to give it a like. This really helps my channel, and it also helps other learners like you because it tells them that this is a good video to watch. In the previous examples, we used scared and afraid as adjectives. And afraid is always an adjective. It can never be a noun or a verb. However, scared is both an adjective and the past tense form of the verb scare. To scare someone means to make them feel scared. For example, ghosts scare me. That means basically the same thing as I am scared of ghosts. The difference is just that ghosts scare me uses the verb scare, and I am scared of ghosts uses the adjective scared. So, using past tense, we can say things like, you scared me, which means you made me feel scared. And scared is also the third form of the verb scare, so we can use it not only in past tense, but also in perfect tenses and in passive voice. My dog has scared many people. That's an example of present perfect tense. She was scared by the loud noise. That is an example of passive voice. And if you're now wondering about the difference between scared of and scared by, the main difference is that scared of is more about your imagination. Something might or might not be real, but the idea scares you. For example, you can be afraid of ghosts, even if you have never seen a ghost. But if you were scared by a ghost, that means that you saw one specific ghost and it scared you. So those are some of the ways that we use scared, but not afraid. And now we're going to look at one way that we use afraid, but not scared. This is when we are giving bad news or maybe disagreeing with someone. And it doesn't mean that you are really afraid. It's just a polite way of saying, I know that this is bad news, or I know that people are not going to be happy about this. If your doctor says, I'm afraid that I have some bad news, that does not mean that they are afraid of something. It's just a polite way of saying, I'm sorry that I have to tell you something bad. Or you could tell your friend, I'm afraid that I have to cancel our plans. That's just a polite way of saying, I'm sorry, I know that this is not a good situation. So in those situations, you can only use afraid. You cannot use scared. And one final difference between scared and afraid is that you cannot put afraid directly before a noun. You can say, I saw a scared child, but you wouldn't say, I saw an afraid child. And if you're interested in learning more vocabulary for talking about things that are scary, I recommend checking out my playlist, English for Autumn. So yeah, that's all for today. Thank you for watching.